everybody, my name is Gianna and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are reading some of your paranormal experiences. It's spooky season, it's the Halloween season, and fun fact about me, I adore the paranormal. I love the paranormal, I love anything to do with it, extraterrestrial, beings, anything like that. Aliens, ghost, whatever it may be. I'm the type of person that if you tell me something that you really can't explain, I'll be like, it's the paranormal, it's a ghost. But yeah, I just really like it, and I thought it'd be fun to read some of your paranormal experiences and maybe share some of my own myself. So let's get into it. This is a very personal story for me, especially because it's very recent. My grandmother passed away back in May. I'm so sorry for your loss. During her final days, when she was having trouble finding the energy to speak, she would write on my mother's hand. A lot of the time, she said that she saw her mother and son, and they've both passed away. Ooh. And every day she would point at the doorway to let us know she saw them. On the last night I saw my grandmother, I was hugging my grandfather. I saw them. Well, I didn't actually see them, but I can tell they were standing there in the doorway. I knew I locked eyes with somebody. Whether it was my great-grandmother or my uncle, I don't know. But that moment will forever stick to me. That's actually insane. I had my step-grandmother, this happened to her a lot when she was in her final days, or she would have these moments where she'd just point to something and be like, there's a man standing there, my brother's standing there, and her brother passed away. And she'd just sit there and be, no, my brother's sitting there, he's there. So I completely get that when they are passing, that they could see a spirit or somebody's coming for them, I guess just to make sure they don't feel alone. But it's the fact that not that she just saw somebody, that you saw somebody, that is actually insane. That's scary. When I was 14, me and my friend went trick-or-treating in our town. The neighborhood we were in at the time was kinda countryside-ish. A lot of grass and far apart houses, so we went on my aunt's golf cart to get to all the houses without having to walk a ton. We got into the golf cart, and the golf cart we were using had a windshield. Then, through the windshield, we saw a mother, a daughter, and a dog walking slowly. The dog was adorable, so we peeked over the windshield, and they were all gone. I just got chills, oh my god. It wasn't like they went into a house or anything. Mind you, at that time, we were in the middle of a field with no trees in sight, and all the houses were at least 50 feet away from where the people we saw were. Still creeps me out today. That is so scary. I think those are the worst, the scariest paranormal experiences, where you go and you see something and then and you see it clear as day, and then you go and you look back or something and it's just gone. That's so incredibly terrifying to me. That would shake me to my core. Oh my goodness. I hope you got a lot of candy trick-or-treating though. When I was younger, I would always catch a glance of a tall and slim black figure standing in my bathroom when I walked past. I never did anything because I would only see it for a split second. It was like those glimpses where your eyes would trick you into thinking it was a shadow or something. The bathroom was a very dim one, even the light didn't help much. This happened for years, and I ended up ignoring it. Then the one day I saw the glimpse, I could see empty white eyes on its face. Then it left, and now I never see it anymore. I swear to this day I double check it. And then there's an edit. Sometimes the figure would take the shape of my dad. It would also trip me out. That's so scary. Stop. That's I would be so afraid to go to the bathroom. That's terrifying. Every time you walk past, you see a shadow, and then one day you're nah, it's just my mind playing tricks on me. And then the one day you actually see a face, and you see the fact that it's morphing into your dad, that's scary. That's a paranormal spirit. Your house is haunted for sure. That would creep me out. I was home alone and I was sleeping in the basement. For context, I live in a foster home. Anyhow, I was scrolling on my phone and I heard a shuffle in my basement. Me thinking it was nothing, I kept scrolling. And then I hear a toy get moved around, and now I'm like, the fuck? Because, well, this doesn't happen to me. I'm not scared. I don't believe in ghosts. Well, right then and there, I did. The toy gets pushed in a turn, and it was a Hot Wheels, I think, and it flip-turned, and I'm sitting there, and I'm scared. I stand up, I see this childlike thing go running up the stairs, and me being me, I followed it, and I called my mom, and I'm like, did you take all the kids up with you? And she goes, yes. My heart drops as I hear another thing upstairs, and I just walk to my room calmly and lock the door, and I never see that thing again. That's terrifying. I think the most scariest thing you could see is like a child spirit. That's terrifying. It sounded like the kid was just trying to like mess with you or just trying to like play with a toy or something, pull like a little prank or something. But that's creepy. Like, you're just in your room or whatever, and then you hear something, and then you just see like a kid playing with like a Hot Wheels, like, and running away. Like, that's terrifying. And knowing it was like none of the other kids, that's actually so scary. I would be terrified. I would never sleep in the basement again. That's so scary. Next occurrence was just after the New Year's last year. My biological mother and I went to St. Augustine alone. I had 2 terrifying experiences that night. They both occurred at the St. Augustine Old Jail. First occurrence, technically, was after everyone had left the room. It was just me and some of the cells on death row. I peer into one cell trying to see what the prisoners had to endure in their final days, weeks, looking at the shapes of the bunks. Then, all of a sudden, a pale, mostly opaque figure appears just inches from my face. It's a beige figure that got the vague formation of a face. This had me getting the fuck out of Dodge, shaking like a leaf. What happened next, though, only confirmed what I'd seen. I open my camera roll and I look at the pictures I took, making sure that they came out okay and not super blurry. Then, one particular photo catches my eye, a picture of a different jail cell in the light, because photographing one in the dark is not going to go well, with the same beige opaque figure with what looked like a face what was behind the bars, just as I saw with my naked eye. This really had me rethinking everything. That's so terrifying. Like, you're going to visit like a haunted like asylum, prison, whatever the case may be, and like you're at the prison cell and then something just appears in front of you, like a figure just appears, like you're looking and then it just walks up to you. That's so terrifying. And then the fact that you have photo evidence to also prove that you're not just going insane, that's so creepy to me. I would never get over that. I probably would have started crying. I would never get over that. You were so strong for that. I mean, that's so insane. That's so creepy. Like, that's so weird. Oh my god. One of the best stories so far. And now I figure that I will tell you guys one of my own paranormal experiences that I went and I actually recently just experienced. So back in May, my dog Dookie, he was 14 and a half, almost 15 years old. He sadly passed away. And, that dog was my best friend and meant more than anything in the world to me. And, right over here on the shelf, I have his collar and I have, like, the little paw print thing they give you when a dog passes away. So, this is how his collar was set up. It was set up on this and it was pushed back, like, right about here. Just for context, this is where it was. This is where I always leave it, stuff like that. It was about 1 a.m. and I was on the phone with my best friend. Now, we were going through the TikTok shop, looking at different stuff that you can find, and one of the things you can find was a Taylor Swift shirt that said The Black Dog. So as a joke, because my dog Dookie was a fully black lab German Shepherd mix, I was like, I have a black dog. I went, my Duke. And then as I said that, as I was talking about him, his collar right here completely just fell off the shelf. There was no air conditioner was on. I don't even have one in my room. The heat wasn't turned on at the time because it was the summer. I was in my bed, just nowhere near, nothing could have hit this in that moment. And all you hear is this just fell. It like freaked me out at first because I was like, what the? And then my best friend's like, what happened? And I told her about it and she's like, no, his collar did not just fall as you were just talking about it. I'm like, yeah, it did. So whether it was my Dookie or whether it was, just someone higher above or God or something trying to give me a sign that like he's okay, because every time I talk about him, like I get ready like I'm about to cry. Like I miss him more than anything in this world. But yeah, so it was just kind of like one of those things where it freaked me out at first because it was like 1 a.m. But at the same time, it did bring me a lot of comfort knowing that like he's okay. And, hopefully I'm gonna be okay as well. I've had a lot of crazy paranormal experiences myself, but I think recently that has to be like my biggest one and probably my favorite one, if I'm being honest with you. But thank you guys so much for submitting your stories and sharing your stories with me. They were super fun to read. I'm so glad that I am not the only one that believes in the paranormal and that there's other people that's had similar experiences. I personally believe that spirits are real, whether you do, whether you don't. These stories were really fun, and it's spooky season. Get into the spookiness. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. I hope you have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever time zone it is for you. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see you then. Bye!